In this video, we're going to discuss how to implement ad copy when it's the same ad across multiple ad groups or campaigns. We don't often do this. We'll typically do this for promotions that are running and we're just quickly uploading ads across ad groups, but it will occasionally come up. What you might get is a file either like this, where it shows headline 1, headline 2, description, or you might get it where it's formatted already in columns, and you might have the campaign column, but you'll have headline 1, 2, and description. The primary way you're going to want to upload this is through AdWords Editor. You can do it through the interface, but it's much more difficult. So what you're going to do is you're going to open up AdWords Editor. You're going to go into the campaign you'd like. You're going to go into the ads drop down here, and you're going to click expanded text ads. You're going to go make multiple changes because we want to add the ad copy across multiple ad groups or campaigns. And so there's two ways to do this. Ideally, you have it this way. But first I'll show you how to do it this way. If we have it this way, what we're going to do is we're going to copy headline 1. We're going to paste. Go back. Headline 1. We'll add a column. We'll change this headline to the heading to headline 1. This is going to be headline 2. So we'll go back, highlight headline 2. Made a mistake there. Go back in, headline 1. We're going to paste, call headline 1. I'm going to add a column, headline 2. Copy here, copy headline 2. Go back, click in here, do headline 2. And add another column for description. Highlight our description. We'll go right in here. Paste this one, and then we'll change the heading to description. And this would be complete. We would then process this, and it would add across all campaigns. So what we'll do is we'll go back and show a different way. The ideal way would be to have it like this, and typically you'll probably want to just change this to this, and then for this you want to highlight and you want to keep the titles in there. So what you do is you'll copy this whole section, and then you go back to AdWords Editor and we'll paste it, and it will already choose the titles. You do want to verify that these are correct. And what you'll see over here is where these are being added. So right now we've got the box checked for the full campaign. So it's going to add it to all ad groups in the campaign. You could remove the paused ones, but it'll simplify it just to add it all in there. Another option would be if you had the campaign and ad group, you can do this right here, and you can do it that way, where you'd have to have a campaign or ad group column. But in this case, we're just adding it across the entire campaign. So we're then going to hit process. It's going to process it, and typically what you're going to want to see here, because we're adding and not updating, you're going to want to see added. Make sure you don't see updated. Oftentimes, if Google detects that the ads are similar to one another, they're going to update the ad versus adding. You want to make sure that you're adding the ads. And then what we'll do is we'll finish and review changes, and we can see here that here's all our changes. What we'll want to do is look at previous or other active ads and make sure our landing pages and tracking are up to date. So in this campaign, we're going to see here that this is actually the final URL. We didn't upload a final URL, so we need to apply that. And then we're going to check URL options here and just make sure there's no tracking templates. And in this case, there isn't. But what we're going to want to do is first, let's verify that this final URL is across everything. So I'm just going to highlight a few and make sure that that's the final URL. It looks like it is across all. Okay, so that's the community final URL. So what we're going to do is we're going to highlight that, we're going to copy it, and then we're going to click this, We're going to highlight all of them. Oh, it looks like they already did take the final URL, even though we didn't add it. That's great. And then, so everything looks good here. We verified that we have the tracking as the existing active ads, and we verified that the URL matches the existing active ads, and we're going to hit keep. And then what we're going to do is post. Make sure if you're posting across multiple campaigns, the default always goes to selected campaigns. So if you were trying to upload 3 different campaigns versus of data, you might accidentally only post 1 campaign. So make sure to hit all campaigns typically, and then you would hit post and watch it post. There is a way to add multiple ads to a single campaign if we're doing it that way. The way we went through last time was through 1. In this case, we're adding 3 ads across all. So what we're going to want to do in this case, we could go back and into AdWords Editor, make multiple changes and add them manually 1, 2, 3. But like I said, the best way to do it would be to create this. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the next one, get headline 1. Oops. Make sure you paste values, headline 2, and the description. Then we're going to take the third ad, headline 1, headline 2, description. We're going to highlight all, go back in here, paste, got headline 1, headline 2, and description, process. What this is going to do is do 3 for each ad group in this campaign. Finish and review changes. And what we can do is we can click into one of them. We'll click this drop down, we'll click into one ad group, and we can see the 3 ads we added. Again, you're going to want to make sure that the final URLs match and that all the tracking templates are set up. Typically, what you're going to do to verify is just look at an active ad. So make sure this green in a similar ad group or campaign to copy the tracking and final URL. And then you would post like we went over prior.